Hello, everyone. Welcome back to EPT, the podcast that explores everyday life tips, personal growth, and a dash of fun to keep you smiling. I'm Jamie, and I'm here with my amazing co-host, Sophia.
Hi everyone, we're so glad you tuned in. Today, we're discussing a topic that's near and dear to pretty much all of us, stress, and specifically, 5 ways to reduce it.
Absolutely. Stress is something that creeps up on us whether we're at work, at home, or even just scrolling through social media. Before we dive in, we want to make it clear we're not professional therapists, but we've done our research and we're excited to share practical tips that have worked for us and for many others.
Exactly. We'll be covering 5 strategies to help lower stress levels. These are simple approaches that anyone can incorporate into their daily routine. So stick around as we guide you through each method, and we'll throw in a little humor and personal insight along the way.
Let's kick off with something that's easy to try anywhere, mindful breathing. It sounds almost too simple, but it's so powerful. Taking just a few deep, focused breaths can slow your heart rate and clear your head in a short amount of time.
That's so true. I used to underestimate the power of mindful breathing until I tried it in the middle of a stressful workday. I just stepped into a quiet corner, closed my eyes, and inhaled through my nose for a count of 4, held it for 4, and exhaled for 4. Even a few repetitions made me feel so much calmer.
That technique is often called box breathing. It's like giving your brain a gentle reset. It's something you can do anytime. No special equipment, no special location required.
If you're up for it, you can expand mindful breathing into a short meditation. You don't have to be a meditation guru to benefit. Even 5 minutes of sitting quietly, focusing on your breath, can help. And there are plenty of apps or guided meditations if you need help getting started.
I personally love guided meditations with nature sounds, like birds chirping or a gentle breeze. It transports me to a mental space that just melts away any tension.
Exactly. So for anyone listening, give mindful breathing a try. If you're at home, maybe pause for a moment, close your eyes, and take a few slow, deep breaths. Notice how it feels. It's amazing what those few seconds can do.
Next up, physical exercise. We're not saying you have to run a marathon, unless that's your thing, but getting your body moving is a huge stress buster.
Totally. When we exercise, our bodies release endorphins. Those feel-good chemicals that elevate our mood. It doesn't have to be intense. It could be a 15-minute walk, dancing in your living room, or a gentle yoga routine.
You'd be amazed at how quickly your mindset can shift. I've had days where deadlines piled up, and just taking a brisk walk around the block gave me a reset. By the time I got back, I felt more energized and ready to tackle my tasks.
I'm the same way. Sometimes a quick dance break to my favorite upbeat song does wonders. By the end of it, I'm smiling, and my stress is a little more manageable.
Plus, exercise helps regulate sleep, supports overall health, and gives you a sense of accomplishment. If you're new to working out, start small, maybe just 10 minutes of stretching. As you build the habit, you can try new workouts that keep you motivated.
And if you're feeling unmotivated, find a friend to keep you accountable. It makes it a social activity instead of a chore, and that can be a big help in sticking with it.
Our third tip might be the biggest game changer: time management and setting boundaries. Stress often skyrockets when we feel overloaded by tasks or when we're always on call.
Exactly. We live in a world with endless notifications and demands on our attention. If we don't set clear boundaries, it's easy to become overwhelmed. Learning to say no sometimes is key.
I used to have a really hard time saying no. I felt guilty or worried about letting people down. But then I realized that overcommitting leads to burnout, and setting boundaries is actually a form of self-care. It helps you give your best to the responsibilities you do take on.
Absolutely. One simple approach is to create a prioritized to-do list. Include urgent tasks and also things you can delegate or postpone if needed. I also like to block out periods of time where I don't check my phone or email, just so I can focus on whatever I'm doing.
Time blocking is one of my favorite strategies too. It keeps me organized and shows me where my time is actually going. Another tip: if something isn't a priority or it's seriously draining you, ask yourself if you really need it in your life. Sometimes letting go is the best move for your mental health.
So remember, practice healthy time management and learn to say no politely but firmly. Reducing mental overload can make a big difference in your daily stress levels.
Let's move on to our fourth strategy, journaling and gratitude. This can totally transform your mindset in a good way.
Definitely. I keep a small notebook by my bed to jot down 3 things I'm grateful for each night. It could be something as simple as a delicious meal, a heartwarming text message, or even nice weather. Shifting your focus onto what's going right can help diminish the power of what's going wrong.
Exactly. Studies have shown that acknowledging what you're thankful for improves mental well-being and reduces stress. It's about making a habit of noticing the good stuff in our lives.
And journaling doesn't have to be limited to gratitude lists. If you're feeling anxious or overwhelmed, just write freely about what's on your mind. Sometimes seeing your worries on paper helps you process them better, or find potential solutions you hadn't thought of yet.
I do a kind of brain dump from time to time. I write down every thought in my head, concerns, ideas, tasks, and it really helps clear mental clutter. Even if I never look at those notes again, I feel calmer afterward.
It's a great habit to try. Even spending 5 minutes on it each day can help you shift from focusing on stress to acknowledging the positive or figuring out how to tackle problems.
Last, but definitely not least, is something most of us don't get enough of: sleep. Adequate, good quality sleep is the foundation of mental and physical well-being. Without it, we're more prone to feeling stressed.
Absolutely. If you've ever had a night where you slept just a few hours, you know how the next day feels. Every little problem seems bigger. You might be more irritable, less efficient, and more anxious.
Exactly. Getting good sleep isn't just about hitting a certain number of hours, it's about quality too. Try to set a regular bedtime, limit caffeine later in the day, and avoid bright screens right before you go to sleep. Blue light tricks your body into thinking it's still daytime.
One thing that really helps me is a bedtime routine. About an hour before I plan to sleep, I dim the lights, turn off the TV, and set my phone to Do Not Disturb. Then I might read a physical book or listen to calming music. It's like giving my body a heads up that bedtime is approaching.
Good call. And if you're wrestling with anxious thoughts at night, keep a small notepad by your bed. Jot down whatever's on your mind and remind yourself you'll handle it tomorrow. It lets your brain unwind.
Exactly. Aim for 7 to 9 hours of sleep, or figure out what amount leaves you feeling the best. It really can make or break your resilience to stress during the day.
So there you have it. 5 ways to reduce stress. We talked about mindful breathing, physical exercise, time management with boundaries, journaling and gratitude, and prioritizing sleep.
And remember, it's not about doing all these perfectly right away. Pick 1 or 2 and incorporate them into your routine. Once they become habits, add another one. Small steps can lead to big changes in how you manage stress.
Exactly. If you ever feel your stress is too overwhelming, or you just can't cope alone, consider seeking professional help. There's no shame in talking to a counselor, therapist, or doctor. You deserve the support.
Absolutely. We hope these tips give you a solid starting point. Feel free to share your own stress-busting techniques with friends or family. We can all learn from each other and make life a bit more peaceful.
And if all else fails, there's always laughter. Watch a funny video, recall a hilarious memory, or talk to that friend who cracks you up. Laughter can be such a quick remedy.
Thanks for joining us on EPT today. We love bringing these conversations to you, and we look forward to hearing your thoughts on the episode.
Yes, thank you so much for tuning in. If you enjoyed this discussion, please subscribe, leave a review, and share it with someone who might benefit from a little stress relief.
We appreciate you all and can't wait to chat again soon. Until then, take care of yourselves, make time for rest, and remember, small changes can make a big impact.
This is Jamie.
And Sophia,